Good evening, councillors, staff and members of the public. I declare the ordinary council meeting of the 30th of June opened at 5:30 p.m. Please stand. Watch my voice, sorry. I wish to acknowledge the Kariyarra people as the traditional custodians of the land we're meeting on and recognise their strength, resilience and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Thank you. Item 3, recording of attendance. The audio of this meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded to facilitate community participations for minute-taking purposes, which may be released upon request to third parties. In accordance with Clause 616 of the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders, Local Law 2014, members of the public are not permitted to use any visual or any electronic device or instrument to record the proceedings of any meeting unless that person has been given permission by the presiding member to do so. Members of the public are also reminded that in accordance with Clause 617-4 of Standing Orders, mobile phones must be switched off and not be used during the meeting. 3.1 Attendance. I note the following councillors are present and attendance will be listed under 3.1 of the minutes. 3.2 Attendance by telephone, entertainers communications. We have Councillor Gillingham, Councillor Zielke and the Deputy Mayor attending by telephone and communications. Councillor Turner, can you please turn your camera on, please? That's it. Can you, Councillor Gillingham, can you hear me okay? Okay, you can hear me? Just wait, can you hear me, Councillor Gillingham? Councillor Zielke, can you hear me? Okay, Councillor Turner, can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear Councillor Gillingham or I can't hear any of the councillors. Okay, we'll get on to. Councillor Zielke, can you please turn your microphone off and talk to me, please? Yeah, I can't hear you. Okay. Deputy Mayor Tim Turner, can you please turn your microphone off and then talk? Councillor Turner, can you please turn your microphone off and acknowledge me?
Mayor,
yep.
My microphone was on mute. It's now open. There is some feedback on the front.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Okay. Councillor Gillingham, can you hear me now okay?
I can't get the video of the camera on you.
Okay, I can hear you now very clearly. That's okay. I can hear you now. Thank you, Councillor Gillingham. Councillor Zielke, can you just write one more time, please?
Very difficult to hear.
I can hear you fine, Mayor.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly now. That's great. Excellent. Thank you.
Councillor Gillingham, can you mute your microphone, please?
I can hear you, Councillor Zielke.
Okay, I'll get the councillors online, so please mute their microphones while we're going through. Till we're speaking. Thank you. Okay. Can you just mute your microphone, please, Councillor Gillingham? That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Yep, okay. Okay, let's move on. 3.3 apologies. CEO, do you have any apologies at all?
Mr Mayor, we do. I have apologies from Councillor Keller and also Director of Infrastructure Services, Lee Furness.
Okay, thank you, CEO. 3.4, approved leave of absence. CEO, do you have any approved leave of absence at all?
Yes, we do, Mr Mayor. Councillor Eckhart, 27th of June to the 8th of July 2022.
And do you have one more from Councillor Gillingham at all?
No, that's an application.
Application, okay, that's great, thank you. 3.5, disclosure of interest. CEO, do you have any disclosure of interest on tonight's agenda?
Mr Mayor, we have a declaration of interest from Councillor Zilke for item 15.1, and that's a financial interest. We also have one from Director of Corporate Services, item 12.2.1, and that is also a financial interest.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Item 4, application for leave of absence. CEO, do you have any applications for leave of absence at all?
Mr Mayor, I have 4 applications for leave of absence. Councillor Keller for the period 30th of June to the 1st of August 2022. Councillor Gillingham for the period 2nd July to the 18th of July 2022. Councillor Zilke for the period 12th of July to the 15th of July. And Councillor Coles for the period 25 July to 29 July.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Can I get a move on that, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried. Absolute majority. 0. Item 5, response to previous questions. Response to questions received at the special council meeting held on the 15th of June 2022 have been provided to individuals and are detailed in the agenda. Item 6, public question time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity of members of the public to ask public questions of council. Clause 6.7-3 of the Town of Port Hedland Standing Orders requires members of the public wishing to ask questions to complete the completed question form and place in the completed form in the tray provided. If the presiding member determines that the questions and statements are out of order due to the use of executive or expressional interest or defamatory, that will not be recorded or responded to. 6.1, public question time. I declare public question time open at 5:37 p.m. Mr. CEO, do you have any questions at all?
I've received none, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, CEO. Do any members of the public wish to have any questions at all? Okay, I'll close public question time at 5:38 p.m. 6.2, public statement time. I declare public statement time open at 5:38 p.m. Mr. CEO, received any public statements at all?
No, I've received none, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, CEO. Do you have any members of the gallery have any public statements at all? Okay, I will close public statement time at 5:39 p.m. .3, petitions, invitations, presentations, admissions, there is none. Item 7, question for members without notice. Are there any questions from elected members at all? No, thank you. Item 8, announcement by presiding member without discussion. Presiding members' meetings for the month of May 2022 are detailed in the agenda and were printed in the minutes. Item 9, declaration from all members have given due consideration to all matters contained in the business paper before the meeting. I invite all elected members to declare by a show of hands that they have given due consideration to all matters contained within the agenda. Can I have a show of hands, please? 7. Thank you, councillors. Item 10, confirmation of minutes of the previous meeting. We have office recommendation before us that council confirm the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on Wednesday, the 25th of May 2022 are a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. May I have a seconder, please? Councillor Christensen. Thank you, Councillor. Are there any questions? Okay, so none against the motion. I declare the motion carried. Absolute majority, 7-0. We have office recommendation before us that council confirm the minutes of the special council meeting held on Wednesday, the 1st of June 2022 are a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. May I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, I declare it carried. Absolute majority, 7-0. We have office recommendation before the council confirm the minutes of the special council meeting held on Wednesday, the 15th of June 2022 are a true and correct record. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Are there any questions? Is there no? Anyone against or oppose the motion? I declare it carried 7-0. Before we move to reports of committees and officers, I remind members of the public not to take any action on council's decision on items on this evening's agenda in which they may have interest in until we formally notified in writing by the town has been received. Decisions made at this meeting can be revoked in line with Local Government 1995. Item 11, reports from communities. En bloc resolution. The term en bloc is used to describe a practice of adopting recommendations of a committee or a number of office recommendations by using only one resolution to adopt the recommendation in groups without separate resolution for each recommendation. The practice of adopting the recommendations en bloc excludes the resolution for the business of the meeting where council or committee members have no reason to disagree with the recommendations. Councillors, I suppose that the council considered a number of recommendations tonight en bloc. I will go through each item one at a time, so you have to be advised to me if you'd like to take this item to be considered separately due to disclosure of interest or need for debate. Item number first one is 11.1, the town's Port Hedland risk appetite statement. 12.1.1, statement of financial activity for the period ending 31 May 2022. Item number 12.1.3, corporate business plan quarter performance report, quarter 3, 2021-22 financial year. 12.1.4, status of council decision update. 12.2.1, courthouse quarter gallery report, quarter 3-1, January to 30 March 2022. 12.3.1, permit closure of Wise Terrace and portion resident linked to vehicles. 12.3.3, proposed closure of a portion of Community Road in Wedgefield. 12.3.4, marina implementation deed of financial assistance agreement. 12.3.5, proposed amendment to the building regulations 2012. 12.3.7, final landside drawings for Spalbeck Marina, public recreation marina on lot 370 Anderson Point, Port Hedland, and lot 5178 Reserve 30786, lot 5550, and lot 5751 Southern Street, Port Hedland. Can I have a mover, please, to endorse officer recommendation? Yeah, I'll move that, yes. Yeah.
Could we leave off 12.3.4 and 12.3.7?
Okay, we'll take those off for you, okay, Councillor Gillingham?
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good. 12.3.7 and 12.1.4.
12.
Is that right, Councillor Gillingham?
3.4.
3.4.
Marine agreement,
Okay.
please,
Okay.
for the ship.
Okay. Okay. All right, can I get a second for the remainder, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Thank you. Is anyone else have questions about those? Okay, as the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Thank you, councillors. Okay, 12.1.2, adoption of the 2022-23 annual report, budget rating strategy. We have we have 7 offers of recommendation before us. The first offers of recommendation, part A of offers of recommendation, is that council endorse the 2022-23 statement of objections and reasons. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. May I have a seconder, please? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Is there anyone against the motion? As the
Point of
motion-
clarification,
Yes.
can I just have the number of the item again, the
Yeah,
election?
it's 12.1.2, Councillor Gillingham.
Just one moment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Item number 1, part 1.
All right. So is it part, are we doing part A at general room rate?
Yes, it's part A, yes, correct.
Okay, well, I do have a clarification of this. Thank you. And I'm voting against it.
Against, okay. Okay, we'll now go into debate. Councillor Bennett. Okay, Councillor Bennett, do you want to say anything about the budget at all? Speak to the item at all or not?
Is it the rates?
Yes.
Can I clarify the rates? Look, I'm for the increasing the 2.5 because it makes sense in regards to you're better off to gradually increase the rates as we go over the years, rather than, say, if we were looking at putting it at 0 this year, come next year we'll be looking at putting up 5%, 10%. The gradual rate makes sense. Not only that, I think we'll be doing right by the people by just increasing it slowly. We're also, I do believe we are the lowest in the Pilbara in regards to the interest rate that we're increasing. So I think it just makes sense, Jen.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Councillor Christensen.
Yeah, so much to Councillor Bennett's discussion here. Part of our conversations we've had in the previous couple of months leading into this was the discussion around previous discussions and previous decisions made from this council to try and keep a steady approach on our rates so we don't have that ebbs and flows of how all this works. It's a bomb. It's 2-6. So, yeah, so I think we are in a good position currently because of decisions made in the past where we've taken a strong tact on having a progressive increase to our rates to I guess coincide with the increasing cost of living through the town. We see it now more than ever that we've actually had a massive jump in building costs, in living costs and everything else to go with it. So to only increase it by the 2.5% I think is very generous. To say the least, as Councillor Bennett has once already made mention to the fact that our predecessors across the water or across the lands in Karratha and other bodies in the state, they've had a massive jump in their rates because they have previously lowered their rates below what there was expected. So I honestly do think that 2.5% is a very generous rate. When you look through the figures, there's not very many residential people that have seen a massive increase to their rates. Again, happy to be corrected on this. If people do feel that way, then by all means we're here for that very reason. So again, happy to stay in front of the curve and not get behind, so which is why I'll be supporting the increase as documented in front of us.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Councillor Gillingham.
Yeah, thank you through the chair, There's a bit of a delay. I would say that while you're following the curve of other councils, we're in a totally different region. We have the mining, we have the beach, we have lots of different, we have an international airport. We do not represent the industry. We do not represent the industry here. They manage very well on their own. Our residents deserve a minus rate or no increase at all. Since 2018, our council has risen by in millions dollars, $30 million higher than it was in 2018. Surely give something to us. Why was lowered? The mines, and we're fixing the residential. There's at least 10 families I know that are leaving town at this point in time, and another 10 families in a couple of weeks' time. So why are the mining rates being low, the residential rates being raised? Another 2.5%. This was the same as before. This is just mega for our people. I mean, people are at the table and eating our food tonight for change who don't pay rates. They just pay a rent, a normal control, and people who pay rates, they often pay insurance. There's many insurances in their houses that they have. You know, our community needs our support. You know, I said, it rates are wicked. These are many. So why are we raising the residential rates? Council, I implore you to please, let's move a motion where we can lower the rates of the residential and put money back up. What are we doing there to our people? This is not good enough. I urge to please, with my motion, I'd like to motion that we look at this right now or leave it on the table until another day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Gillingham. Do you have any more councillors for?
Through the chair, Brad.
Yes, Councillor Turner.
Look, I would just concur with Councillor Bennett and Councillor Christensen. As a council, we've actually taken several workshops to discuss these issues and those opportunities. So I think it's a responsible budget. I think it's a responsible rate for ratepayers. It's consistent with the revenue projections that we need and that we continue to grow this town. So I'm fully in support of the rate strategy and the budget moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Turner. Sorry.
Point of clarification there, Madam. I would like to ask the mover and the seconder to please to consider lowering these rates for the residential, to amend their motion and to move any other costs towards mining or any other part of the budget of the rates.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Gillingham. Councillor Bennett, would you like to start on? Unos for or against?
I would like to put something forward for Part E through the chair.
We'll come to that shortly. Yeah, we're on Part A. It's all right. Yeah, only doing. That's okay. Only doing Part A. It's okay. Councillor, would you like to sum up?
Thank you, Councillor Gillingham. I completely understand where you're coming from. However, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe that the mining has been reduced over this. And discussions were through our briefings, and we did look through how it affect our residents, and I believe we did our due diligence with our team. And given the number of projects and improvements in town, I think the increase, although it seems a lot, it's not compared to what everyone else is doing, and I think we are doing it in the best interests of our community. So I will stand for voting it for.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Bennett. We'll now put it to the vote. All those in favour, show of hands. Councillor Zilke, I can't see your hand. Yeah, Councillor Turner's hand's up. Okay, so we'll do 5. 4. And 4 against, please, hands up. 2, okay, so it's 5-2. The motion's carried. Thank you, councillors. Okay, the second recommendation in Part B of Office recommendation is that council grants exceptions and concessions. The full details are included in attachment number 2 as applied to the 2022-23 rate charges in accordance with section 6.46 and section 6.47 of the Local Government Act 1995. Can I have a mover, please? And thank you, Councillor Christensen. Thank you. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion? Okay, as the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried absolute 7-0. Okay, the third recommendation is Part C of the Office recommendation that Council nominates the due dates for the payment of rates by full instalment and for owners who elect to pay their rates by instalment to adopt the instalment charge of $14 of individual statements. Another initial statement is paid, excluding eligible pensioners and seniors, and the council adopts interest rate of 5.5% per annum, where the owners have elected to pay their rates and services charges through instalment options, excluding eligible pensioners and seniors. Can I have a member, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. This requires an absolute majority. Is anyone against this motion? All those in favour? Motion's carried. Absolute majority, 7-0. Thank you, councillors. Okay, the fourth recommendation, Part D of the Office recommendation, is that council adopts interest rate of 7% per annum for rates and services and charges, and for the cost proceeding to recover such charges that remain unpaid longer than 35 days after the due date, excluding eligible pensioners and seniors. The adoption of an interest rate of 7% per annum and all semi-detrimental charges to remain unpaid longer than 35 days on the due date. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. This requires absolute majority. Is anyone against the motion? Okay, I've got that carried. Absolute majority, 7-0. Okay, the fifth recommendation is Part E of the Office recommendation is that Council adopts the 2022-23 annual fees and allowances for elected members in lieu of individual meeting attendance fees. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Christensen. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. This requires absolute majority vote. Is there anyone against the motion?
Yes,
okay, Councillor Gillingham and Councillor Coles. Okay, Councillor Christensen, before the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, again, so pretty self-explanatory. From what I can see and what we've spoken about previously in relation to this matter, this is again just aligning ourselves to the process and streamlined the way it is. So happy to hear what other people have against it leading forward, and we can address it from that point on. So thanks very much.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Councillor Coles, sorry, Councillor Bennett.
Just reiterating what Councillor Christensen said, we're just aligning ourselves with the structure that's required.
Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Councillor Coles.
Yep, thank you. Look, I understand we are realigning ourselves in line with everyone else, but at this particular point in time, I do not see why why we have an increase. I'm happy not to have an increase. I'm happy to keep how we are. If that is, available to us, I just don't see the reason why we're increasing an allowance at this particular point in time.
Thank you, Councillor Coles. Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, I actually agree with Councillor Coles that we don't need an increase at this point in time. It's actually increasing a council, for example, just over $1,000 per month, just over 3,000 a year. Sorry, apologies. So it's actually great. It's raised our sitting fee, which is an honorary fee, and we do not have to be guided any other. So we are a three-band council, and we are on top payment as an honorary fee, and it's quite a lot of money extra for the council, where I think that we're very happy to continue the way we are going, rather than having an extra a lot of money per year given to us, an extra $3,000 odd per year. I just think that very happy what we have. Be happy for us to leave our fitting fee as is at this point in time. At least something to give back to our ratepayers. I would just like to confer with Councillor Coles. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Gillingham. Is anyone else for or against the motion? Okay, we'll now put it to the vote. You want to sum up, Councillor Bennett? Christensen.
Thanks for that. So don't neither agree or disagree on either points of this. Very happy either way for people to vote the way they need to vote. I think it's very important that I drive a few more points clear and I guess be transparent with this. Yes, it may look to the naked eye to be a lot of money to individuals and their salaries. I think it's fair to say that if you were to look at all the responsibilities of a council member, all the things that we do in our own time, etc., it's quite clear that you would not be doing this as an income generator. And if this was your sole source of income, then again, I think you'd be struggling to live in this town. But I do take my hat off to Councillor Coles and Gillingham for standing forward and saying, look, that they don't feel that this is a good look for us moving forward, and I'm happy to support them in that manner as well, as the income to me is neither going to make or break me. So again, happy to support my fellow councillors if they feel this strongly about it, and again, would have liked to hear about this sooner from other councillors too, to see what their take was, but as we stand, more than happy to support the ones that have spoken up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Okay, we'll now put it to the vote. All those in favour, show of hands. Councillor Zielke. All those against.
I'm against. I haven't got a video.
And 3, 4, 7.
I can't video in.
Sorry, Councillor.
Councillor Gillingham, my computer went off and just came back on. I'm against that motion. I would I would have liked to have moved a motion to remain as we are.
Okay, well, it's been lost by 4-3.
Okay, thank you.
Not really.
Point of clarification, please. Can I just confirm that are we now, so by saying no, are we saying no to the rise, or are we saying no just to a salary altogether? Because from what I've just read it through again, and now we just said no to any money at all. Is that correct?
Correct. At this point in time, by saying no to that motion, you've said no to any allowance. I think Councillor Gillingham was going to suggest that you maintain the 21-22 allowance rates rather than, I don't think it was her intent to go with 0. So, yeah.
That's correct. That's correct to the chair.
Okay, I won't put that back to the vote then. All those in favour, show our hands, please.
Is this?
Sorry, point of order. So I guess we'll put through an amendment to request that the fees and charges stay
As they are.
please.
Yep.
I will second that. Councillor Gillingham.
Okay.
We will sort the wording out. I imagine the staff will be furiously typing, Mr. Mann. So, councillors, just by way of clarification, the motion from Councillor Christensen and Councillor Gillingham is that the rates will remain as per the 21-22 financial year. Okay. Do you want to debate or see if anyone's against it?
Okay, is anyone against that motion? Okay.
Councillor Zilk,
Councillor Zilke,
are you against?
are you against the motion?
Point of clarification, Mayor, I'm not against it. I was seconding it. I've asked for it.
So we can hardly hear you, councillor.
Yeah, can you?
How's that?
That's much better. Much better.
Sorry, point of clarification. I thought you said you were asking for a seconder of Councillor Christensen's motion.
No, I have that already.
Which
That's
is-
okay.
Councillor Gillingham.
Okay, well, I was not voting against it.
Okay.
So you can declare it carried.
Okay, the motion's carried then. 7-0. Okay, the sixth recommendation, Part F, the office recommendation that council adopts the following material variance threshold of a 10% or 50,000, which is greater for the 2022-23 financial year. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion? Okay, as much as not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Number 7. Okay, the seventh recommendation is Part F.
Part G.
Part G. I don't have a Part G. Part F. Okay, Part G, the mutual fund budget for the 2022-23. That council adopts the mutual 2022-23 budget as presented in attachment 3, including associated notes for the supplementary information in accordance with section 6.2 of the Local Government Act 1995 and Part 3 of the Local Government Act Financial Management Regulations 1996. This requires absolute majority. Can I have a show of hands, please? All those in favour? Move for that, please. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. May I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Coles. Is anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Thank you, councillors. Now, F. Okay, we go to the next particular, 12.1.5, the 2022-23 Declaration Register Review. We have office recommendation before us that council adopts the 2022-23 Paul Headland Directors Register as attachment number 1. Can I have a mover, please?
A point of clarification.
Yes,
Councillor
yes, Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, thank you. I would like to move an amendment to the delegated register of the CEO and to drop it from 500,000 to 300,000, please, and the directors to from 250,000 to 150,000, and the $1 million to be dropped to 500,000. I'd like to move that motion, please, on the delegated register of that particular part. Sorry, I can't get to my attachments at the moment, but it's all in the attachments. I'll try and get the page of the attachments. 40.
Point of order through the chair, please.
Yes, councillor.
Can we ask that we move a procedural motion that the motion be laid on the table for us to pick this up just before we go to a confidential briefing, before we go to the confidential part of this meeting at the end, so we can actually have a chat about this before we make a decision on it, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a seconder for that procedural motion?
Do you have a seconder for that? Councillor Coles, thank you. So mover was Councillor Christensen and second was Councillor Coles. So we'll come back to that one.
We need to put it to a vote.
Yep. All those in favour?
Yes, I'm in favour.
Motion's carried 7-0. Okay. All right, we are... Okay, 12.3.2, a major land transaction, lot 2939 Robert Street and lot 5977 Hamilton Road, South Headland. We have officers, we have 4 officers' recommendations before us. The council notes the business plan for the major land transactions on lot 2939 Robert Street and lot 5977 Hamilton Road, South Headland, has been advertised in accordance with the Act. Can I have a mover, please?
Now, point of clarification.
Yes, Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't find any maps on the attachments, and I just need to have a clarification of the exact parcels of land, please.
Yes.
Through the chair, the parcels of land are opposite the stadium, so it's 2 parcels. One is a reserve to the north of where the South Headland Vets are, and the other one is to the south of the high school.
All right, thank you. So my clarification is the Turner River Developments, is that correct, that has has a business plan for this land if it is to go ahead?
Through the chair, yes, Turner River Developments are who we've been liaising with currently.
All
With the
right,
business
so
plan.
I would like to ask and we haven't had a chance to sit around the table with Turner River Developments to find out exactly what they are proposing. And so I would like this to be laid on the table until such time, move to lay it on the table so that we can actually sit as a council with Turner River Developments and get more information from what their business plan actually intends. Thank you.
Okay, is there a seconder for that? Okay, there's no seconder, so it lapses.
We, through the point of a clarification through the chair, we've had very little input into what is actually happening on this piece of land here, and I would also like I'd like to our council to go back through all our plans where this area has actually been described as an arts precinct, and information needs to come forward to us before an item like this actually goes ahead.
Yeah, Councillor Gill, they will be coming to do a presentation to council for us. It can be arranged, thank you. Okay. Okay, can I get a mover, please?
Are you doing all four?
All four. I can do them individually if you'd like.
They're all interconnected
They
and
all-
related?
yes.
And you can do them individually or you can do them all together?
Well, they're already in one.
You can move all four should you wish to, Councillor.
Have to move all four? Okay.
Who's moving?
Okay, who's moving it? Councillor Christensen, and seconder is Councillor Bennett. Thank you. Is anyone against the motion? No.
I'm against the motion.
Okay, Councillor Gillen's against the motion. Okay, Councillor Christensen.
Thanks again for the chair. So yes, I think the motions are pretty self-explanatory. We've had a good discussion in relation to the breaking up of these lots to put them together to create one lot, so we could move ahead with some form of, I guess, new development for this town moving forward. As it's been stated, it's not going to be, I'm assuming, heading straight through without us coming to some form of consultation. And I've got all faith in the world with the administration coming back to us to allow us the opportunity to have this conversation with ourselves, with the administration, with anybody else that may or may not have some grievances in relation to this. I think this is a good step forward to actually get the land in a state where it's available to be purchased and on sold. So for me, I'm more than happy to move ahead with this decision as it stands. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Christensen. Councillor Bennett. You happy to? Happy? Okay. Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, through the chair. Having the land, acquiring the land is paramount in any way. It's just that as long as it comes back to us and that we revisit that this is an arts precinct. It needs to be revisited and not just for anything else to be built there except to become an arts precinct next to the high school. That's the only reason why I'm against this.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Gillingham. Councillor Christensen, you want to sum up?
Anyone else for or against? Anyone else?
Anyone else for or against? No. Councillor Coles.
Yep, I just want to reiterate what Councillor Gillingham said. Is there point 4 that it does come back to the table? I do believe, yes, having the parcel of land all put together as one, which is a good move for the town, but I still would like point 4 being brought back to the table, which we've been discussed that it will come straight back to us for further discussion. So I'm happy to go forward with the whole lot put together, but point 4, it does need to come back to the council.
Yep, okay, thank you, councillor Coles. Yes, Director.
Yeah, through the chair, with this development, given the size and complexity that I suppose has been presented to us so far, we're expecting a development application to come through. The size and scale of that will need to go to the JDAP, so it definitely will be coming back before council before it moves forward.
Okay, thank you, Director. Thank you, councillor Coles. Okay, put it to the vote. Look, someone.
Keep it short and sweet. I think the director hit the nail on the head. So there's the confidence from the JDAP that we're going to be able to have the last say to make sure that we're happy with the final decision. But again, I think we should be, in these times, taking any opportunity we have to help develop and grow the town that we all love. So I think it's the perfect opportunity. I know it's been some time coming. I know there's been a lot of work in the background. So first and foremost, commend the administration on all the work and the director and his team for the work that has been put in to make this happen. So first and foremost, thanks very much, and again, fully support it, so thanks very much.
Okay, thank you, councillor Christensen. Okay, we'll now put it to the vote. All those in favour, show of hands.
I'm in favour. Councillor Gillingham.
Okay, thank you, councillor Gillingham. Motion is carried 7-0. Okay, 12.3.4, the Marina Implementation Deed of Financial Assistance Agreement. We have office recommendation before us that council authorises the Chief Executive Officer to execute and implement the deed of a financial assistance agreement, including annexing a common seal to progress of payments for the Sportbank Marina as detailed in the financial assistance agreement. Document attached and authorise the Chief Executive Officer to make any minor amendments to both documents as required. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, councillor Christensen. Will I have a seconder, please? Thank you, councillor Coles. Is anyone against this motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Okay, 12.3.6, award of tender RFT 2122-25. Pre-qualified panel for reporting, writing, investigation and response consulting. We have office recommendation before us that council awards the following successful tenders to the minor panel of RFT 2122-25 for the initial period of 2 years with a single year extension as directed by the town. Number 1, APP Corporation Proprietary Limited. Number 2, Economic Transition. And 3, RFF Proprietary Limited. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, councillor Christensen. I have a seconder, councillor Turner. Thank you, councillor Turner. Is there anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0.
Just through the chair, can we make sure everyone online, please put their microphones to mute? You're getting some feedback coming through.
Okay, 12.3.7, final landside drawings for the Sportbank Marina public recreation area on lot 370, Anderson Point, Port Hedland, and lot 5178 Reserve 30768, lot 550, and 5751 Southern Street, Port Hedland. We have officers' recommendations before us that note the landslide civil drawings and landscape drawings as presented in attachment 2, which clear conditions 7 and 8 of the development approval of the Sportbank Marina as approved by the Joint Development Assessment Panel on the 21st of September 2020. Can I have a mover, please?
Point of clarification, Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, Councillor Gillingham.
Yeah, thank you. We've been, it's been mentioned that the marina will be finished regarding the actual marina area, water area by the end of 2023. And yet the Port Authority is actually saying it's another 2 years after that, I believe, that the Port Authority will finish everything to do with the land side. Is this correct?
No, councillor, I don't believe that is correct. I think December 2023 is the date that we're working towards.
All right, it was just that there was a coffee catch up with Roger from the Port Authority, and this was mentioned at at his talk at the hub at the Port Hedland Chamber of Commerce. So I just wanted to see if we can get a little bit more clarification on that as well. Also, another point of clarification, Mayor, is that at a recent coffee morning that you had at the hub, you actually said that the yacht club was going to be totally flattened and something else built. And
No, what I said, Councillor, was it was my opinion that the best authority, but best, I would like to see the yacht club be dismantled and basically have a whole new range of infrastructure down there.
Point of order. Sorry, point of order. Can we just take it back to the motion at hand, please? If we wish to talk about the hearsay and things like that's happened in the past, happy to do it behind closed doors. But bring it back to the motion, please.
Thank you, Councillor Christensen.
okay, with point of order, it's not a hearsay. It was just a question. It was just a point of clarification that we just to let the public know through the chair, Mayor, that nothing has been decided on the yacht club.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Thank
Nothing's
you
been
for that.
decided.
And you agree with that? Thank you.
Yes, correct. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have a mover, please? Move, Councillor Christensen, thank you. May I have a seconder, please? Councillor Coles, thank you. Is there anyone against the motion? Okay, as motion carried 7-0. Item number 12.4.1, award tender RFT 212226, Murrumbine Yarra intersection reconstruction. We have office recommendation before us that council accepts the tender submitted by De Grey Civil Proprietary Limited in accordance with tender RFT 2122, Murrumbine Yarra intersection reconstruction for the total amount of $3,175,123.80. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Christensen. Seconder, Councillor Bennett. Is there anyone against the motion? Okay, I declare it carried 7-0. Okay, 12.5.1, conferences August 2022 and November 2022. We have 4 officers' recommendations before us. Officers' recommendation that 1 councillor is nominated to approve the mayor and councillor to attend the Northern Territory Resource Week on behalf of the town from the 24th and 26th of August 2022 to be held in Darwin, and the council notes that the CEO may appoint officers to attend the Resource Week on behalf of the town, and that the mayor and councillors must submit a report of their attendance to the resource centre of that week. Are there any councillors who want to go to Darwin? Councillor Coles? Anybody else? No. Okay, can I get a mover, please? Councillor Christensen. Seconder is Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Okay, of the recommendation number 2 is that council nominates and approves the CEO and the mayor and councillor to attend the Cradle Crest SEGRA Conference 2022 on behalf of the town of Port Hedland from August 31st to the 2nd of September 2022 in Devonport, Tasmania, and note the CEO may appoint officers to attend the SEGRA conference on behalf of the town, and the mayor and councillors must submit a report to the attendance of the conference. Do any councillors want to go to Tasmania? Okay, Councillor Christensen. Councillor Zuki? No. Councillor Turner?
It's bloody cold down that way. I'm not heading down there. No way.
Okay, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Coles is a mover, and Councillor Bennett is a seconder. Is anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Okay, offers recommendation 3 is that council nominates and approves the CEO, mayor and councillor to attend the 2022 Awalga Local Government Convention on behalf of the town of Port Hedland from the 3rd to the 4th of October 2022 in Perth. At the Awalga conference on behalf of the town, and the mayor and council must submit a report of the attendance at the conference. Any councillors want to go to that? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Councillor
Yes, thank you,
Coles,
Mayor.
Councillor Christensen, Councillor Bennett, Councillor Turner, Councillor Gillingham.
Yes, thank you.
Councillor Zuki? Oh.
No, thank you.
Sorry, too quick for me, Mr. Mayor. I have 5 councillors. Councillors Coles, Christensen, Gillingham, Bennett and
Turner. Correct. Yep. Okay.
Just point of clarification through the chair. Are we happy to also leave it open, providing some councillors that aren't here to be able to have the option, or are we happy just to leave it as is?
I think 5's enough.
I think the complication, councillor, is you do need to actually appoint them by resolution, and therefore their absence is a challenge.
Okay, can I get a mover, please? Councillor Bennett, thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Coles, thank you. Is anyone against the motion? No, so I declare it carried 7-0. Officer recommendation 4 is that council nominates and approves the CEO, mayor and councillor to attend the Kimberley Economic Forum on behalf of the town of Port Hedland from the 9th to the 11th of November 2022 in Broome. And note that the CEO may appoint officers to attend the Economic Forum on behalf of the town, and the mayor and council must submit a report of their attendance at the forum. Any councillors want to go to Broome? Councillor Bennett. Councillor Turner. Okay, that's all. Okay, can I get a mover, please? Councillor Coles, mover. Seconder is Councillor Christensen. Is there anyone against the motion? No, okay, the motion is carried 7-0. It's the same one.
Recommendation 5.
You've got 4 there.
No, it's 5.
Okay. Officer recommendation 5 that council amend the date of the ordinary council meeting from Wednesday the 24th of August to Wednesday the 5th of September 2022. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Coles. And a seconder, Councillor Bennett. Is anyone against the motion? As the motion is not opposed, I declare it carried 7-0. Okay, 12.5.2. We have office recommendation before us that council adopts the revised 1-1016 workplace health and safety policy as per attachment 2. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor Coles. A seconder, Councillor Bennett. This requires absolute majority. Is anyone against the motion? All those in favour? Yep, thank you. Motion's carried 7-0. Okay, item number 13. Motion to approve as notice has been given. Item number 14. New business of urgent nature. Late items there is nil. Item 15. Matters which meeting may be closed. Confidential matters. The following items 5.1 and 5.2 are considered to be confidential under section 5.23-2 of the Local Government Act, and Council is satisfied that the decision of these two items and the opening meeting would be on balance to contrary to public interest, as it deals with contracts entered into or which may be entered into by a local government and which relates to the matter as a discussion at the meeting and as information to be received, discussed and considered in relation to the agenda items and matters that is disclosed. That will reveal information that is commercial value to a person, where the information is held by or is about a person than other than the local government. We have offered a recommendation before us to close the meeting to members of the public as prescribed under section 5.232 of the Local Government Act 1995 to consider items 15.1 and 15.2. Can I have a mover, please? Thank you, Councillor.
Through the chair, I need to be excused from item 15.1. I have a financial interest. I'm unable to vote for that.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Zuki.
Maybe deal with 15.2 first.
Yeah, we'll go with 15.2 first and we'll come back to 15.1. How's that?
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
All right. Can we get a mover, please?
Point of clarification before we move into the confidentiality agreement. Are we going to be taking item 12.1.5 into that as well?
Yes.
Can we please just state that so we can make sure we can talk about it when we do go into that, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you need a seconder.
Yeah, go a seconder, please. Councillor Bennett. Okay, I declare the meeting closed to the public at 6:37 p.m.
public.
Okay, can I have the,
And you'll need to put the motions up for the mayor to read out, please. It's complicated. Resumed, suspend.
there we go. The other one. Oh my God, what's this?
We hang on. So you happy to read out the two decisions?
Yeah, that one. That thing.
Which one do you want to do first?
Is this one here?
12.15.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
So we had one on the table.
Can we go to 12.15 first? Yes, yes, please. Yep. There we go. Okay. Okay, 12.1.5, the 2022-23 Delegate Register Review. We have office recommendation before us that council adopts the town of 2022-23, the Port Hedland Delegate Register, attachment 1. Can I move it, please? Councillor Christensen, thank you.
You're moving it as amended.
As amended. It's part 1 and part 2. It's part 1.
So whatever is just on the screen. Councillor Christensen, you're happy to move what's on the screen?
Happy to move the amended recommendation on the screen now,
Okay.
section 1 and 2.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Councillor Christensen. And can I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Coles. Is anyone against this motion? All those in favour, show of hands. Motion is carried 7-0. Okay. That's the office.
Yep, so you just need to read aloud those two decisions.
Yep. Okay, 15.1, officer recommendation that council support negotiation of the town's objection to the mining lease being sought by De Grey Mining and associated companies for the Middle Gold project, which intend the legal instrument to brought before council for approval, which requires notification from the town in any sale or transfer of lease of any, prevents construction of an aerodrome and workforce accommodation on those leases. And 2, continue negotiation with the town objection to the development of a workforce accommodation with miscellaneous license L45-635 with the tenant of the legal instrument to develop of approvals, so it provides an acceptable local social impact benefit to the town to enable the council to support withdrawing the objection. And 3, authorise the Chief Executive Officer to negotiate the town's objection to the aerodrome to service the Middle Gold project with the military licence L45-635 with the intent that the legal agreement to the council note the attachment contract sale of South End Residential Land Lot 253 on deposited land 61560 as per attachment 1 and authorise the Chief Executive Officer to execute the attachment contract of sale of South Heathen residential land lot 253 on deposit of plan 61560 for the purchase price of 625,000. Was carried absolute majority 7-0. Okay, item number 16, closure. 16.1, the date of the next meeting. The next Audit Council meeting will be held on Wednesday, the 27th of July 2022, commencing at 5:30 p.m. 16.2, closure. Being there no further business, I declare the meeting closed at 7:40 p.m. Thank you, CEO. Thank you, councillors. Thank you, directors. Thank you.